also the instructor, Delonte. Definitely make sure that any questions that you have does not go unanswered. Very genuine, very transparent, and really loves what he does. And that's one thing that I look for in a mentor.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
Sharing what he's learned with others by hosting courses on investment strategies.
To be able to pass that knowledge on to other people, it makes me feel like, I'm doing something that's valuable in life. This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
First thing I want to let y'all know is you can start a trading account with as little as $10, all right? And if you're not greedy and trying to get into this and try to make a whole bunch of money really fast, you would understand that even getting into it with $10, maybe you may not make a lot of money, but you can begin to learn the markets with some skin in the game.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
But what this lesson is about is, like I said, for the working person. You do not have to be in front of the computer to actually participate in the foreign exchange market. Did y'all know that? Did you know you don't have to actually press buttons to participate in the foreign exchange market? You don't always have to be in front of the screen.
This broadcast is brought to you by Bold People Get Rich. For more investing knowledge, be sure to visit www.bpgrinc.com.
Welcome to Markup Mondays, where every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we analyze the financial markets, educate the community on trading and investing, discuss world news and popular topics. I'm your host, Delonte Brady, Chief Analyst and six-figure earner with Bold People Get Rich, and here are some things you need to know about this broadcast. During the market analysis portion of this call, we often find areas in the market to trade or make our investments. To be updated on these entries, exits, and trade management, make sure you tap the 3 dots on my Facebook page and change following to favorites. This way, you'll never miss an update. To receive investment knowledge, exclusive deals, and updates, click the link tree in my bio and subscribe to our mailing list. If you're viewing this broadcast on YouTube, to be kept up to date, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. This is an event made for the people, by the people, and we love to hear your feedback and answer your questions during the show. So please feel free to comment as often as you like. Lastly, all forms of investing do involve risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Increasing leverage increases risk. Before deciding to trade in any financial market, you should carefully consider your financial objectives, level of experience, and risk appetite. Any opinion, news, research, analysis, price valuation, or other information contained in this video does not constitute investment advice. No person or persons in this video is a financial advisor. Welcome to Markup Mondays. I am Delonte Brady, six-figure earner and six-figure trader with BPGR investment strategist and creator of the Snipers Anonymous course. And this is where we analyze the financial markets, go over world news, and educate the community on trading and investing. If you're on the call, go ahead and drop where you're calling in from. If you trade or if you invest, go ahead and drop the pair you want me to analyze tonight. I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot of time to get to it. So go ahead, drop that in the chat and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Okay, everybody's good. I see the comments coming in so everybody can hear me loud and clear. The first thing that we're going to go over, Cleveland. Cleveland's in the building. Reminderville, welcome. USDJPY, I got you, Javon. All right, so the first thing we're going to go over, we always go over the news for the upcoming week. That's always first. We want to know what the weather is going to be like, for the rest of the week. Want to know what the weather is going to be like. And after we do that, I'll get into analyzing the pairs. And then from there, we'll get into the news brief or the topics of the day. I got a special video created for you guys. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. I enjoyed it myself. I think it's some very interesting and really useful information and some things that we need to know about. We're also going to be talking about the Federal Reserve and what they have going on and how that's more than likely going to affect the markets and what we need to do in preparation for that. So let me go through the comments. All right. So we got Portland, Oregon in the building. Khalil on YouTube. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for letting me know that you can hear me. Portland, Oregon in the building. Christine, Yvette, welcome. JB in the building. Bedford Heights, Ohio. Welcome. Larry said, dope shirt. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, bro. All right. Cleveland, Reminderville. Welcome. All right. Let's go ahead and get to it. First things first, let's go ahead and get to the news. When I shared the news, I felt like I was spending too much time on the news. And so what I did was I filtered it for the red folders only. All right. We used to go over the orange folders and the red folders. Even though the orange folders do have somewhat of an impact on the market, it's not as significant as the red folders. All right. And I just wanted to cut down on all the information that we were taking in and just really focus on really what matters the most, and that is the red folders. At the end of the day, the red folders it's red folders for a reason. So, all right. What's going on, Quashan on YouTube? All right, JB said shirts for sale. No, they not. These ones not for sale, man. These are our educator shirts. And guess what? I got two more. Of these shirts. With different names on them. All right, so we actually have some educators coming on board. Stay tuned for that. We have a whole nother course about to launch, right? We got to keep up with the times and what's going on. I've been listening to you guys, and I can't wait. I can't wait to let you guys in on that and announce that, to make that announcement. But let me share my screen. Give me a quick second, y'all. All right. Okay, so drop a 1 if you can see my screen, if you see me, if you see my FX book before I get going. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we are good to go. All right, since I'll be analyzing USD JPY, I'll also add the Japan yen on there as well. All right, and for anybody who uses my FX book, the way you filter everything out, you'll see the first thing you want to do is hit economic calendar up here. All right, once you click economic calendar and you get rid of all the ads, X all of that out, it's 3 dots right at the top of the calendar, right here in the right-hand corner under this little calendar right here. All right, once you click these 3 dots, it'll drop this box down and you can unclick or click whatever it is that you want to use. So let's find the Japan yen since we'll be analyzing that. It'll take me a while because these are not in alphabetical order. Here we go. All right, Japan yen. Go down to the bottom, hit save. And the Japan yen has been added to the calendar, or should have. Let me go double check because I don't see it. May not be any news. Yeah, it's on there. All right, so any high impact news for the Japan yen should show up. All right, so high impact news or red folder news for the euro. On Monday, we have unemployment rates. Of course, that's going to move the markets. That's going to be taking place at 4 and 5 in the morning. And then on Tuesday, we have retail sales at 4 o'clock in the morning for euro. And then we have the Chairman Powell, Uncle Jerome is speaking at 10 o'clock on Tuesday for the Feds. No telling what he's going to say, but there's a red folder by his name because usually when he speaks, he kind of rattles the market. So more than likely, we'll see some volatility in the markets around that time. So if you trade around 10 o'clock in the morning, just be aware of anything that's connected to the United States dollar. On Wednesday, inflation rate. This is the big one. This is the one we've been waiting on. At 8:30 in the morning, this may be even bigger than non-farm payroll this month, because if the Fed decides to hike interest rates, I mean, it's really gonna, like, this move that's about to happen because of all the consolidation that's been happening is going to be crazy. And I don't want to be anywhere near the markets unless I'm already in a winning trade and I got my stop loss and take profit. You know, I don't want to be anywhere near the market once this releases. On Thursday, we have a red folder for the euro at 5:30 in the morning. And then for the United States dollar at 8:30 in the morning, we got continuing jobless claims. 3 red folders for that, and that's all at 8:30 in the morning. And then on Friday, I don't trade on Friday, but at 4 o'clock in the morning, we have the full year GDP growth for 2021, retail sales for the United States, and then the Michigan consumer sentiment. All right, so no news for the Japan yen this week as far as red folders. There may be some orange folders. May want to do some research on that yourself, Javon, but no red folders this week for the Japan yen. All right, now let's go ahead and get into analyzing the markets. Hold on, guys. I'm pulling it up. Should be. Okay, here we go. Stop sharing. There we go. All right, so as for Euro USD, we are still in the no trade zone. We've been talking about this since, my goodness, the last week of November. So all of December, going into January, now we're in the second week of January, and Euro USD is still consolidating. We haven't broken out of this zone. I'm still waiting on it to hit this sell zone or this sell zone. And if that happens to happen during the inflation news release, I'm just going to miss that move. I don't want to have anything to do with that. If it heads up there during that release, when they're talking about, inflation rates, I don't want to have anything to do with it because it could just completely defy technical analysis. It's situations like that where fundamental analysis will completely throw your technical analysis out the window. So as far as EU, I'm still sitting on my hands with this. As far as a hint as to where it could go, looking at other pairs. So look at EU. We're on a 4-hour right now, and EU is consolidating, right? If we look at the dollar, it's doing the exact same thing because we know the dollar and EU pretty much mirror each other. But let's look at the dollar versus the Swiss franc. All right, let's just remember this. This is the US dollar right here. And as you can see, it's consolidating and we made a little move up, but this last 4-hour candle, you see this thick four-hour candle right here that went down? We're starting to head down. Now let's look at USHEF. 4-hour. And for some reason, USHEF is creating an uptrend. It's accumulating. We have a low, we have a high, we have a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, and a higher high, and we're headed for this high over here. So we've been accumulating on the United States dollar versus the Swiss franc. Now, the Swiss franc, it may be very weak against the United States dollar, but I just find it very odd that the United States dollar is consolidating and actually heading down at the moment, and it's still bullish on the Swiss franc. What about UCAD? What's going on with UCAD? I want to look at another United States dollar. And the reason why this is so significant is because when you look at a quote, right, this is the US dollar versus the Swiss franc, USD CHF, the first pair, or I'm sorry, the first quote, basically, or the first symbol in a quote determines the direction. So if the United States dollar is consolidating or going down, then that means that the United States dollar versus the Swiss franc should be going down. That means the dollar should be weak against the Swiss franc, but for whatever reason, it's strong. Now let's look at another US-led pair. Let's look at UCAD. All right, UCAD is following fundamentals. Now let's look at UJ. And UJ is somewhat following fundamentals in a way, because if we look at it overall, it really is bullish, and we're heading up, and we broke this high over here. But since we're on UJ, I just find that odd that these United States dollar-led pairs are doing something different than the actual United States dollar. All right, so let's go over UJ. All right, so we actually have another student who trades UJ, and this is a markup that I did. I believe it was last Friday or Thursday, but as I was training her, I called out this sell where you see the crosshair because I was targeting these equal lows down here. We know liquidity acts like a magnet. We did end up coming down here. We created a lower high. All right, so we're starting to distribute. And we really created a strong move down here, filling the imbalance that I had highlighted right below the equal highs. And then I was saying that this area right here would be the buy area. All right, so there's a very good chance that we could be buying from this area right here, because if we look at this on a higher time frame, this is a significant level. All right, we're right by a previous high, and this was a major high right here. We've extended beyond it, and let's see how far we extended. We didn't come quite to the sell zone. But we extended to the 127% exactly. It extended beyond the high to the 127% and rejected. All right. And so now I'm treating this as if it's a pullback. Right. And if we're looking at this like it's a pullback, then that means I would be measuring from this low all the way up to this high here. All right. So let's go ahead and measure this extension, and let's look for the 50%, what area that would be at. So we have the 50% here. And then we have the 618. And I want to pay attention to the 38%, because that could be where it's currently reacting from. All right, like I said, the area that it's in right now is a potential buy area, but I'm not expecting it to just continue up. I was expecting a reaction. All right. The way that this dropped down to this zone, I actually would like to sell from this level here, because even on the 4 hour, we're breaking major structure. If we look at it on the lower time frame, we've created some lower lows and some lower highs. And so I'm going to follow market structure, and I would like to see this retrace a little more than 38%, right? 38% would be this first green circle, but 50% is this circle here. And then our 618 is this third circle right here. And I'll just pull this across. That's also a mitigation area. So I would be looking for sales on the lower time frame. Me personally, if I was trading UJ, I would like to see this high get taken out, and I would like to see this area get hit. So this would be my sell zone in between price level 115 point, let's call it 500, and 600. So 115.500 and 115.600, that's where I would sell from. And as far as a buy, it's a possibility that it could buy up there. But with all this downward momentum, and with me looking at this entire move coming down as a retracement, and I'm looking for it to come even further down and target this low here, I would be looking for a sell. All right, so that's the area that I would sell from, Javon. And as far as the buy area, I would go for this purple zone. I would expect UJ to buy from this purple zone. Let's look at it on the daily. Yep. All right, so what you think? What you think, Javon? Does that line up with what you were looking at and what you were seeing? And while he's answering, let's go ahead and get into. Oh yeah, no problem. Let's go ahead and get into what's going on with interest rates. So you guys know last year, man, the Fed, they printed. I put a meme up the other day. The Fed printed more money in 2021 than they did since the beginning. Since the beginning of the creation of the United States, they printed more money in 1 year than the 200 years that the United States has been in existence. So this is what they call hyperinflation. And like I said, this is going to be like something that we've never seen. I mean, it's I really don't know how detrimental it's going to be, but I know it's going to be terrible as far as the cost of living and the measures that, you know, the IRS and the government that they're going to go to in order to have that debt paid back, even though it's impossible. It's impossible. All right. So with all the borrowing that happened and all the lending that happened last year, basically it's going to be time for people who borrowed money to start paying those loans back. Any loans that are out, if it's a variable loan, that means that the interest rate can change. It's a possibility that those interest rates are going to go up. And once the Fed makes this announcement about tapering bond buying and hiking the interest rates, all right, it's going to rock the markets. And what's going on right now is consolidation and fear, and people don't know. Nobody really knows what's about to happen. Nobody really knows, but we just know we have a good idea that the market is going to move a lot. All right, and more than likely, we're going to see the stock market start to make a correction or fall. Cryptocurrency is already falling, which that was expected. Cryptocurrency has a history of retracing itself at least 80%, and it's lining up perfect with what's going on. We also have taxes, you know, for cryptocurrency that's coming up for this year, which you'll learn more about in this video that I'm about to play. Y'all buffering. I'm not familiar with that term. If you mean hedging, it sounds like it would be the same thing as hedging, buffering, hedging. But as far as cryptocurrency, me and Rachel, we're holding our cryptocurrency. From the day that we invested our money and the money that we invest and continue to invest in cryptocurrency, we know the risk with cryptocurrency. Like, it's one of the riskiest investments out there, and we're okay with, you know, if it goes to zero. We also have money in precious metals. And then we have money in our trading account, which to me personally, my trading account is the most secure. All right. I'm beyond blowing accounts. I'm growing accounts. And so I really trust myself with my money. And then we also have passive income, where we've allowed hedge funds to borrow our money, and they're trading our money in the cryptocurrency market. So we're not even doing anything with that. And we're getting about a 3% return each week on that. If anybody's interested in that, go ahead and reach out to me personally, and I will plug you into that. But that's what we're doing with our investments. And as far as getting ready for, you know, this interest rate decision, the only thing that it will affect with us is our cryptocurrency investments, because we're not invested into the stock market. We're still waiting on that correction. But trading, I mean, I don't have to put my money in the market. I can watch everything fall, go up, go down, and I can decide when I want to get in. So that's what we're doing. We're relying on, you know, trading. We're relying on trading, and then these trading bots, you know, that these brokerages use, where we've put some of our money, and then, of course, our precious metals. That is our strategy to deal with basically the lingering unknowns when it comes to this interest rate hike. All right. Does anybody have any questions before we get into this video? Does anybody have any questions about anything concerning the financial markets? And while we're at it, let's go ahead and look at some cryptocurrency so I can show you guys what I mean as far as how it's been falling. And this fall, from technically, this fall, we've been expecting to happen. I've been calling 25,000 on Bitcoin since like the middle of last year. So this is not unexpected. All right, Bitcoin is currently at 41,000. Starting to pull back. And where you see the eye at, it's liquidity that I've been looking at, like I said, since it got created. So when was that? July July of 2021. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to come down to this level, and I'm calling 25,000, possibly even 20, and it could go even lower than that. Because if we're talking about a possible 80% retracement, yeah, we're talking about $18,000, which, I mean, that excites me, because if it gets down there again, tell you, y'all better get y'all money ready now. Because everybody who got in for this on all cryptocurrencies, right? This whole bullish ride that done happened. All of the inexperienced investors are going to get wiped out. They're going to be scared. They're going to see their profits is going to continue to go down. Going to get people. They're going to wipe the board. They're going to wipe the board, and it's going to be a perfect opportunity for us to really get into the markets. Let's see. Brandon says, he said, I remember you saying 25K when it was plus 60K Bitcoin. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So like I said, I don't guarantee anything, but I have a very strong feeling that we're going to see about in between 25 and 15,000. And that's going to be a great time to buy cryptocurrency. All right. And all we got to do is wait on it. Now, that doesn't mean if you have cryptocurrency now to sell it, right? And that don't mean sell it, because this is one of them things that you never know. You never know. You want to just hold on to it. And when you buy your cryptocurrency, be okay with losing it. And if it drops, go ahead and, buy some more. 7K. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. But that's it. Let's go ahead and get into the news brief of the week. Give me a quick second. I'm about to add this. Put myself on mute. Man. Like COVID-19, the Delta variant, Delta Beta, Delta Alpha, and Omicron wasn't enough, the big homie influenza has teamed up with his big homie Corona, creating a fusion virus called Flurona. Now let me be clear. Flurona isn't an actual virus, but the result of an individual contracting the flu and the coronavirus at the same damn time. The first case of Flurona was detected in Israel right before the new year. Because both the coronavirus and the flu virus are upper respiratory viruses, symptoms include cough, runny nose, sore throat, fever, headache, and fatigue. So now the programmers are campaigning for higher mortality rates, more stress on the healthcare system, and they assure you that the only way to combat this twindemic is to get the jab. And they do mean the only way. Oh wait, this just in. Also joining the list with COVID-19, the Delta variant, Delta Alpha, Delta Beta, Omicron, and Flurona, we have Delta crime. No, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joke. This is not a drill. Sources from MSN.com state that virologist Leonidas Kostrikis with the University of Cyprus as of last Friday has identified 25 cases of Delta crime. Some experts are saying that it's most likely to be the result of lab contamination or co-infections of Delta and Omicron. Kostrikis believes that the virus will also be highly contagious, but only time and more research will tell. Directly from the Procter & Gamble website, Procter & Gamble is voluntarily recalling all products with expiry dates through September 2023 of specific Old Spice and Secret aerosol spray sold in the United States due to levels of benzene being detected. Benzene is a colorless, volatile liquid hydrocarbon present in coal, tar, and petroleum. Often used as a solvent, benzene has carcinogenic properties. Benzene is classified as a human carcinogen. Exposure to benzene can occur by inhalation orally and through the skin, and it can result in cancers including leukemia, blood cancer of the bone marrow, and blood disorders. These recalled products were distributed nationwide in the United States through retail outlets and online. For a list of these hazardous products, visit news.pg.com, the official Procter & Gamble website. Crypto heads, listen up.
Tax-free crypto gains are going to become a thing of the past. CNBC reports starting in 2022, the hating IRS will be cracking down on cryptocurrency gains. The 1040 tax form filled out by American tax-paying citizens at the end of the year will now have a section near the top of the first page requiring you to disclose if you've sold, received, or exchanged cryptocurrency at any time during 2021. This includes getting compensation in crypto rewards for crypto mining or free coins via airdrops or hard forks, converting crypto to cash, buying goods or services. A side note for all my crypto heads, the bipartisan infrastructure law that will require annual tax reporting by digital currency brokers won't take effect until 2023. Do what you will with that information. But I'm Delonte Brady, six-figure trader and creator of the Snipers Anonymous trading course. For more information, visit our website and like and share this post. All right, so that is the weekly news brief. I hope y'all got some value from that. He said, Larry said BPGR news platform coming soon. No, man, I'm just every week. I mean, it's what we do. It's what we do, right? In order to be involved in finances and to do it financially, it is very important to, be up to date on what's going on in the world. So I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of research. I figure why not? Why not turn it into something entertaining and give the people some real information, right? Somebody said I got a lot of time on my hands. Yeah, I do. And I'm making myself useful. I'm serving the people, right? Serving the people. Hold on, let me look at some of these comments. Larry said, Dr. Brady going in. Rachel said, this is better than CNN. I appreciate it. All right, Shay said it is, though. They need to take some notes. All right, official, appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Brandon said, we need real news, but it's entertainment. Go. Yep. I really struggle with that too, man. I struggle with, being the gesture, right? Because we know back in the slave days, you had the black person that they entertain. But I understand something about our people is that I know me personally, I have a problem with, paying attention, especially if it's something I'm not super passionate about. So I don't mind, being entertaining. It's kind of funny. So expect more. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and checking that out. But does anybody have any other pair that y'all want me to analyze before we hop off this call? Because that pretty much wraps it up for Markup Mondays. Not a lot going on in the markets. Like I said, EU is consolidating. So again, I'm not really calling anything, just waiting on those sell zones to happen. If we don't have any other pairs to analyze, we will hop off. All right, UCAD. All right, Joe said UCAD. Cool. Got you. Let's go ahead. We're going to analyze UCAD, and then we'll call it a night. All right, so what's going on with the United States dollar versus the Canadian dollar? I really like price action on UCAD. I like the way that it moved. I'm looking for a second pair to trade. I know I only trade EU, but I've been scouting other pairs because I'm ready to have something else to trade. I pretty much mastered EU. All right, so looking at UCAD on the daily, looking at where it's coming from. Hold on, let me take this crosshair off. I'm just looking at where price is coming from. You see this wick right here? It's coming from this sell zone. We got a major supply zone or resistance, and the market shot down. So with me being kind of bearish, like I still have a bias on the dollar, even though it's consolidating right now, it should be heading down. And because we're coming from this area, and then we have this suspected buy area down here, right? You already know what that is. We came down, created a low here, shot up, pulled back, shot up, pulled back, shot up, right? Pulled back, shot up. And now we're starting to retrace.
Just like we were looking at with, I believe it was UJ, right? We've shot up and now we're starting to retrace. Same scenario, but we're currently sitting at the 50% mark. As you can see, we're at 50% of the fib, and the 618 golden pocket is right down there in that green buy area. I wouldn't be surprised, because they do use news as an excuse to move price. I wouldn't be surprised if UCAD sometime this week, maybe during the inflation rate announcement, if they shoot down there for the buy. If we shoot down there during or from the news release or from the inflation rate announcement, then I would wait for UCAD to start to, buy from this area and form some structure on the lower time frame. If we come down here and reject, then I will be looking for buys on UCAD. As far as what's going on right now, if I see anything for the night, it looks like it wants to start consolidating, but we did break this low right here. And we created somewhat, let's see, there's maybe an equal low here. Let's drag this across. Not quite, it's real close, but still some liquidity below there. I would be paying attention to this. This could make this buy zone a high probable trade. Yeah, man, honestly, from the looks of it, just like I told Jovan, I would be looking for a sell. Continue selling off from where it's at. Keep in mind, we do have a buy area down here. All right, so I would be expecting rejection from there. And so now we're really in between this sell zone and this buy zone here. But I would be expecting the sell to actually push the market down to the buy zone. And then if we do come down to this buy zone, I would be expecting it to buy up to this sell area. And let's drop down a couple more time frames and see some detail. Yeah. Yep. I would sell from there, buy from there. That's what I see. And this whole zone is a range of 100 pips. Even if you got in right at the bottom, just go for 20 pips, 30 pips, 20 pip stop loss above the highs, or 30 pip. But yeah, that's what I see for UCAD, Joe. All right, well, that wraps it up for Markup Mondays. Again, I appreciate everybody. The show wouldn't be anything without you all. I appreciate everybody commenting. As always, I really hope that I provided value and gave you guys, some insight on the markets. And I will see you next week on Monday. To my students, I will see y'all in the chats on the charts. And remember to always stay safe, but stay dangerous. Peace.